Hey guys, this is part 3 of my Haynes Roadster low-cost Skyline type build. A little update really of what I've done so far. As you can see, the chassis is coming along pretty well. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I've got pretty much all the rear frame sorted out now as well, and the engine bay is pretty much the correct size, so I'm happy with that. I think I've got maybe 6 centimeters spare, so it's real tight. My only main concern at the moment really is the actual engine height. It's going to be massive, so I'm going to have a really large power bulge in the bonnet, so that's going to be interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see over it, but we'll soon find out when I put the engine in. I have been toying with the idea of going for a dry sump to hopefully allow me some more space on the underside, because the sump on the Skyline engine is massive. Gearbox size. Rather than using the standard gearbox, which is huge, I think I might have said this in the last video, I'm using a S14 gearbox with a RB25 bell housing. This allows me to go for a narrow gearbox, which means I actually have some space for my legs, which is fantastic. Still, the foot pedal space is actually really tight. 265mm wide, so it's real tight, but this should be okay, I think. I can also extend into here slightly by bringing this out across here and then in slightly to follow the contours of the bell housing. Only downside is there's a fork there, so obviously I have to be mindful of the fork and the slave cylinder. Otherwise, I'm going to go foul of that, so that has to be done actually when it's in the gearbox and engines in the car. Going towards the rear, done some of the bracketry for the diff housing, brackets, brackets in the centre there. Sorry, that's not it. For the handbrake cable and other bits and bobs, I can't remember actually what goes through them using the book, so I'll have to read up on that a bit more later on. I still have tons of bracketry to install, tons and tons, and I still have to make the steering column, so that's going to come soon. There's been a slight change of plan with the diff. Originally I was going to use the Skyline diff, which is a 4.11. I decided to instead use a aftermarket Sierra or Granada, Ford Sierra, Ford Granada diff, either 7.5 inch or 7 inch one. Haven't quite decided yet. Both of them fit the same, so the bracketry is actually exactly the same for either of them. One just uses washers to space it out, one doesn't. So I'm pretty sure the power should be fine with that. A lot of the guys running V8s and stuff of those, they should be fine. If I pop them, I can always get another one, it's no big deal. But that should be hopefully be okay. As you can see under here, all the bracketry is kind of done already, ready to go for the suspension. Suspension for the shocks. Suspension brackets go here, here, and there, there. So that's all good, and it's getting there. I have to build the fuel tank kind of support, which comes out to here. And because I'm using a GRP rear tub, I'm not actually building the full metal surround. So it actually saves me a little bit of weight, so that's kind of nice. I'm not quite sure how much the GRP tub weighs in comparison to the alley rear end, so I don't know how much weight I actually save. I might be losing weight, but I'm not really sure. But it just makes it easier for me, because it means I can modify it later on if I want to, and add bits to it and take bits off, and not to worry too much about it. Whereas the alley one makes some holes by mistake, you know, you've got a bit of trouble there. What else can I say? Oh yeah, anyone who likes welding, get one of these welding masks. They're absolutely freaking awesome. Speed glass, the 9100 series ones, absolutely fantastic. It's got all the controls on the inside. You know, you've got all the little buttons, and you can change pretty much everything you want to change in there. It's got settings for grinding, settings for all kinds of stuff. It goes from darkness rating 5 to 13. So yeah, awesome stuff. Also, when you let off the welding, it kind of stays for a bit longer, it kind of dulls down slowly, so you can actually, you know, I don't know, it just helps. You also get different plates for front and the back, and also, I don't know if you can see, that there's actually see-through. so you can kind of see out for the side of it, which is kind of useful. Gives you a bit of peripheral vision, which is quite useful. Right. Also, another cool thing. Picked up some RB25DET cam covers. Absolutely fantastic. They're a bit high in the back, way higher than the stock ones. But I hate having the RB25 breather pipe come across here. I think it's really ugly and just not very nice. So I've gone for these ones instead. Downside of these is they actually stick up absolutely miles here, which is not good. So what I'm doing is I'm actually bringing them round slightly to the side, so they kind of come up this way instead, and then come across. And I'm building a vacuum manifold, or breather manifold, to take up all the pipes. I'm using slightly narrower tubing than this one because these are kind of massive. Even though the breather tubes come down here instead, it still allows for the breather pipe to come in above the baffle, so that's no problem at all. If I turn it over, you can probably see inside. So it'll be coming in just after the little kind of bracing rib there, so that shouldn't be a problem at all, I don't think. If it is, let me know. I would like to know before I do it and start chopping stuff up. Downside of the cam covers, as you can see, I'm kind of stripping them with nitro remorse and getting really messy. Downside of this cam cover is the fact that the RB25 Series 2, which I think this is, I'm pretty sure it is, has VVT, variable valve timing. It actually has a little sensor here for the VVT as well. I'm not sure if the other ones have that or not, but this one definitely does. Being a 97, it helps with missions and everything else. I don't know how it works, to be honest. I know that it's on at low revs and turns off at high revs, so it changes the valve timing. I don't know. Anyway, it's a bit of a pain in the ass because obviously it fouls the front of this, which is not good. On the good side is on the back of the cover is a nice little hole marked out for it. So I shall be cutting that out and fitting that over there, which actually fits perfectly. I don't know if you can see. Nice. And I'll be cutting out slightly larger than it needs to be. And I shall be building a alley dome for the top of it, which will look quite nice, and taking off the RB26. Actually, I might even keep the 26 and grind out the bits as 25 instead. That'd be kind of original. Yeah, I'll do that. Nice one. So that's that. What else am I doing? Oh yeah, also got a whole load of bracketry the other day from 3GE Components, who do Haynes Roadster stuff. Absolutely fantastic. I was missing a couple of little bits in the box that was ripped, so they actually sent them out to me the next day, which is fantastic, so big up to them. Got all the little bits and bobs, diff brackets, well, the bracketry for the whole kit. Sorry, what's in. Absolutely fantastic. Suspension brackets, you name it, it's all here. So great kit, well worth the investment. Also comes with all the plates, yeah, just everything. Can't complain at all. Great bargain. So that's pretty much it, really. I mean, I don't know what else really to say it so far, apart from it's just kind of going along. I think I'm 2 weeks now to this stage, which isn't too bad, I guess, considering people take a lot longer. You know, cutting all my metal and everything else, not using kits, because obviously with this stretch it changes everything. It's doing alright, I think. Don't know if you guys have seen my gearbox yet. That's the actual gearbox. As you can see from the top, put it this way around instead, it's really kind of narrow, very narrow. If I compare it to the Autobox, it's like a beast, completely a beast. So that's basically why I can't use that. I did toy for a little while about making it auto, four-wheel drive, but no, there's just no space for it. I mean, there's barely enough space for me in here, let alone, you know, a bigger box. Just to give you an idea from the driving kind of view. Oh yeah, that's it. As you can see, the engine's going to be sticking up real high. But we'll soon see in the next videos when I've got the engine in there and actually get things going. If anyone is interested in putting the big gearbox in a little car, this is made using MT75 gearbox spec for the Ford Sierra. So, and it fits. I measured it all up and it fits pretty well. It's actually wide down the middle here, which is fantastic, and goes back narrow at the front, at the back, sorry. So that's all good. So that's it. Any questions or anything, just give me a shout and I'll try and reply to them as and when I can. And I hope you enjoy it. And thanks very much. Goodbye.